So this is where it stands. I got the radiator shroud on, the radiator's in, the lower radiator hose is on. The engine did move down slightly because we just had the jack underneath there, and usually I'll put like a jack stand. So when it went down, this kind of got a little bit bent up right there in that little mark, but that, you won't see it because there's an ignition shield. And plus, this is easy just to bend back, so I'll just bend that back. This is a pain to really get on and get all set right. One little trick I use is I just put a little grease on the tip, and then that way it stays in the socket when you lower it down, and then you just got to clean off the grease afterwards. Today I'm going to get the shifter hooked up. Right now the shifter is just not even there. I'll try to get that done, get the rear trans mount installed. Because I'm using a Muncie, and these were usually a Borg Warner T10, you have to shim it to get the pinion angle right. So in here, one of these bags, I've got shims for it. They're right here. So what I did is I made these shims. You can see, basically they're just spacers with washers on the ends, and I put those in between. I put the washer on top, washer below, put this on, run the bolt from the top down, and then the ones I can get to, the other ones I go from the top up. So it's like a mix match because underneath here the frame is really close. So I'll get these put on. I got to put, this is the cross mount, and this is the bracket you need. Otherwise you need the one that kind of goes up and over. So basically that's what you're doing, is you're compensating for this bracket, because this one's flat and the T10s come up and come down. But this is also set up for Muncie, so this will directly bolt on. You put this on first underneath the transmission, and then you raise it up with the jack until you get it in position. And then once you have it in position, then I just leave the jack stand on there to hold it upright, and then I'm able to put all the spacers on and get everything cinched down. Speedo cable's right there. It's already hooked up. All I gotta do is just run it on the right side. It runs down along the frame, side of the frame, and comes back on this side. I'll get that done. Then from there, once I have the transmission pretty much in, then I can get rid of that jack from underneath there, clean up the oil, the gear oil that's down there, because that's right where I'm going to be laying. But not a big deal. So I'll get that done, and then I'll see what else I can get done tonight. I was going to plan on trying to finish up at least the water, set up, install the radiator hose, the upper, the overflow tank, and possibly put the fan in. It's pretty easy, and the pulley. And if I got that done, that would be like a bonus, I think. Working underneath this thing can be a little, it's just hard on your back. I don't have a lift, so I just got to crawl underneath there, and it's hard to see. So I'll run the light. I've got a extension cord over there. I'll run down and just hook up a light so I can see. But basically all the work I'm going to do right now, I'm going to try to do, is going to be underneath the car. I won't show it because there's no point. It's just tedious work. Like I said, this gets installed this way. This connects to the frame right here, and then right here and right here. And then, but first you put this on, and then, well, first thing you do is you put the shifter on. My shifter is a Hirsch shifter, competition shifter. I got off of eBay years ago, and had all the extra levers for it, so I had to figure out which levers they went with. Those are all right. I think that's over there, but it's Hirsch competition shifter. It works pretty good. It shifts, once you have it lined, it shifts really well. I do have to I don't really need to have the levers on yet. I mean, it's easier once you have the levers on. but with it not being exactly where it needs to be, it's, you know, main thing is just get the main housing part of the shifter on. I gotta do that first actually. So I'll get that out and get started. Anyway, talk to you later.